Leaving our hometown for big cities is for a better return. When we go home for the holidays, is there a moment when we think, why don't I just stay in my hometown and not go back to the big city? Even questioning ourselves, in our hometown, there are familiar people, familiar dialects, and everything familiar. I'm so comfortable and at ease here, why should I go to an unfamiliar big city, leaving my hometown, facing fierce competition, and making life difficult for myself? Especially when packing, there is a struggle, why not just stay in my hometown for the rest of my life? Isn't it nice to be in my hometown? I have this feeling, not just when packing, but also on Christmas Eve. By the riverside, amidst the fireworks, my family is releasing sky lanterns. I silently make a wish. The first wish is for my family's health and safety. This time when I went home, I really felt that my mom had aged. After not seeing her for 6 months, she has more white hair. Even though she complains about me being fat, annoying, and making a mess at home every day, she keeps counting down the days until I have to leave. You still have 5 days left, 4 days left. She doesn't want me to go. Other family members also always say, I don't know when you'll come back next time. At this time, their reluctance is so real. Why not stay in my hometown and just accompany my parents? Besides, small towns have their own charm. Small towns have a sense of contentment and a slow pace, which big cities lack. Small towns have a sense of familiarity and security, while big cities are too large, making it easy for people to feel lonely and lost. Especially for a foodie like me, the taste of my hometown makes me not want to leave. But when the time comes, I obediently buy a ticket and head to the big city, even though it might not have the true taste of home. Why do we leave our hometown for big cities? Leaving our hometown for big cities is for a better return. Who wouldn't hope to return in glory one day? I've asked this question to many friends and colleagues, and everyone's feelings are the same. If we don't go back now, it's because we haven't made it yet. If we fail in the big city and have to go back in embarrassment, it's too shameful. I don't know what others think, but most of the time, I hope to give my mom some face. When my mom gave birth to me, it was a difficult delivery, with 3 life-threatening situations and her weight dropping from 120 to 70 kilograms. This wasn't my fault, but I always feel that she has had a tough time. She values face, but ended up with my dad, and after their divorce, she has no one to rely on. If I'm not successful, she really won't have anything to be proud of. When I was in high school, my parents divorced, and my mom was really in a bad state, especially depressed. On her birthday at that time, I wrote her a card, telling her that it's okay, Mom, without Dad, you still have me. I will do my best to make you proud. I want to become strong so that my mom can rely on me. I saw a quote online, a netizen said to their parents, I have never made you proud, yet you still treasure me like a gem. This quote struck a chord with me. Even the most disappointing child is still unconditionally supported and loved by their parents. So I want to be successful, I want to do well in the big city, and give my mom something to be proud of. It's not good to show off, I know. But this is the best way I can repay my mom. Leaving our hometown for big cities means more opportunities. What's good about being far from home is that when we encounter setbacks and feel sad, we don't have to let our parents know. We can use the distance to pretend that everything is fine. I read a story online about a girl who worked late and was followed by a suspicious and creepy man on her way home. She was very scared and ran all the way to a 24-hour convenience store, out of breath and with a racing heart, truly frightened. At this moment, her mom called, and she took a deep breath, trying to calm herself down before answering the phone. Her mom asked if everything was okay. She said, yes, everything is fine. Pretending that everything is fine is one of the few things we can do for our parents. In September last year, my company went bankrupt, and at that time, I was truly at a loss. I said that on those 3 days when the company dissolved, I cried from the moment I opened my eyes in the morning until I closed them at night. I was crying while walking and crying while taking a shower. Every time my mom called, I said everything was fine and going smoothly. It was only months later that my mom came across my experience online and told me how upset she was. Because my work wasn't going well, she was worried and anxious for me. But she couldn't help. The feeling of helplessness when watching her child struggle but not being able to help must be the most painful for parents. Even my dad, when I go home for the holidays and others ask me about my company, I tell it like a joke, including the day the company went bankrupt and the whole company went out to play. I said it as if it didn't bother me at all. My dad said, "You seem so happy telling that. But I know you must have been struggling at that time." I was having a meal and choked up. It turns out my dad understands me. I'm the kind of person who can endure pain without showing it, get through it, and then laugh about my own suffering like an idiot. But I'm truly grateful that when I was going through tough times, my parents weren't by my side, especially my mom, who would stay up all night worrying, which made me feel even more guilty. It's only in big cities that we can easily share our joys and not our worries. Leaving our hometown for big cities means earning more money. Whether it was in Los Angeles before or in New York now, I have always stayed in big cities for one very important reason: I can earn more money. Because big cities may not believe in tears, but they believe in hard work. Although big cities can be cruel, realistic, and utilitarian, they are fair and acknowledge your efforts. I don't have a background, pre-existing resources, or connections, just my hard work. By doing what I love, I can slowly earn money and improve my life. During Christmas, my mom said she always wanted to buy a good leather jacket. I said, "Why wait, let's go buy it now." I bought her two without batting an eye, feeling like a millionaire. I finally experienced the feeling of buying clothes for my mom without looking at the price tags. It pained my mom a lot, saying that 2 jackets would cost 1,000 yuan. I said, "Mom, it's okay, I'm a millionaire." My mom's face lit up with a smile. Standing in that leather store, my mom put on the jacket and looked at herself in the mirror, feeling really happy. She said, "I'm so happy, this is the leather jacket I've been dreaming of." Dreaming of a leather jacket, did my mom have to exaggerate like that? Looking at my mom's smile, honestly, I felt all the hardships were worth it. Talking about money can seem vulgar, but isn't happiness a little vulgar? Leaving our hometown for big cities means having a dream in our hearts. Yes, the word dream may not hold much value now, but it's still more valuable than money. I hope to write good works within a few years, which is very difficult. But in big cities, I can meet many interesting and successful people, and have access to the best environment and resources, which makes me realize how far I am from my limit and fills me with awe to strive for it. Not everyone's dreams have to be fulfilled in big cities. But if your dream has a higher chance of coming true in a big city, please don't give up. Every time I see someone with dreams going to big cities, encountering setbacks, and then retreating, I can understand, but there will inevitably be some regret. There's a line in a movie, "What's wrong? Want to go home?" If you want to go back because of something so small, why did you come out in the first place? What's more tragic than failure is giving up. There is no such thing as unfinished business in this world, only an indomitable will. I hope that everyone listens to their inner desires, unless you really don't like or fit into big cities. Even if you encounter setbacks, you shouldn't give up so easily. There is no unfinished business in this world, only an indomitable will.